I remember when I was diagnosed, I was alone, and I remember going in for the first diagnosis, the test, just to see what was going on with me. And I walked away and I came back and I walked in the doctor's office and they said, "We don't have such great news." I had never fainted in my life. I fainted. I sat in that room and I was just overwhelmed. And they gave me the news, and then I walked outside and I was in the middle of Dundas and Bathurst, and tears just started streaming down my face because there was such a stigma about it then.
40-something years into the battle, and I think we're surrounded by bad myths more than ever. And I think we need to put those myths, those stigmas to rest, because we can't move ahead. We can't end AIDS now. We can end it faster if those stigmas would just go away.
HIV stigma is discrimination towards people living with the virus. And that in the year 2020 is unacceptable. It is so critical to battle discrimination against those living with HIV. Not only is it completely irrational behavior to discriminate, but it's potentially so damaging to the person living with HIV.
Key to this, obviously, is self-testing. People have to know their status. That's supposedly coming. It's well overdue, and it will be a game changer.
It will transform the landscape in terms of prevention by breaking down barriers, allowing a greater access to testing through the self-testing kits. This will allow us as a nation to promote the access across Canada to all communities.
I believe that people will be more forthright. They will take care of themselves better. I want young people to understand, there's PrEP and there's antivirals and there's all kinds of things that you can take now. But you don't want that. You don't want HIV.
You test, you get the results, you do something about it, you're bringing your numbers down.
We can make life better in the next 5 years exponentially because of this self-testing.
I know that self-testing is already available in other countries, and it's really important to make it as accessible as possible. This will help with assist with the stigma attached to it and the shame of going and getting a test. But this is particularly impactful in hard to reach communities like reserves that don't have access to clinics, sexual health clinics, or even just a regular clinic. So it's extremely important that these self-testing kits are made available as widely as possible.
CANFAR's mission statement, in effect, is to put itself out of business. So we want to end AIDS in Canada. We think it can be done in the next 5 years.
We're so excited to launch CANFAR 2025 because it's a vision. It's sort of the end of CANFAR, we hope. We want to end HIV infections in Canada, and we can do it.
Hopefully within the next 5 years, we're going to see a real bell curve drop, and people that know that they have it will take all the necessary precautions not to pass it on.
This is a time to really step up to the plate and work harder than ever, because we're saying 5 years and we got a deadline, and I know a lot of us in the creative community do work well under pressure. You got to have a deadline, so we've got one. We've really, really got to realize our dreams this next 5 years. We just will.
The next 5 years can truly be the last 5 years in our fight against HIV in Canada. We really need people to rally around the campaign for CANFAR 2025. It's not just a campaign, it's a movement, and we really need your help.